And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the public hearing regarding amendment to the 2017 Housing and Urban Development Annual Action Plan. I'm John Hutchings, the chair of the board. Zooming in from his office is the vice chair, Commissioner Ty Menser, and to my left is Commissioner Gary Edwards. To my right is Amy Davis, our clerk of the board, and her right is Romero Chavez, our county manager. I also see Tom Webster on the screen, and I can't read those letters from there unless I cover my right eye or my left eye.
I have also Jacinda Dollars. So I
good.
have a difficult time with last name.
And Jacinda, okay.
Jacinda.
So the purpose of this public hearing is to accept and consider public testimony on the amendment of the 2017 Housing and Urban Development Annual Action Plan. This is a virtual public hearing. Those wishing to testify have joined by phone, and the phone number is 360-252-9020, and the PIN is 1234. So some people have joined by phone, emailed in comment, or mailed in a comment. If you wish to testify, please visit the Thurston County homepage online and select announcements of public hearings on the left-hand side. The information to join this public hearing via phone is included there. As I said, it is 360-252-9020, PIN 1234. If you do not wish to testify but would like to listen and follow along, please watch the live stream through the Thurston County YouTube channel to help us manage attendance. Staff, Tom Webster, will provide information on this topic. Assuming those on the Zoom wish to testify, I will read your name aloud. I will read names on the sign-up sheet, three at a time. So anybody that might be downstairs in room 152, our overflow room, have a chance to come upstairs for testimony. You'll have 3 minutes to testify. Time may not be given to another person. When you're called on, please state your name and address for the record, and clerk of the board will review the timer. The timer is up here on the left. It'll start with 3 and time its way down, and Amy has the power. And when it chimes, then your time is up. The public hearing is now open. Tom Webster will now present the background information of the proposal, written comments submitted, and any additional information requested by the board. Tom, would you please? There you go.
Thank you, commissioners. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, my internet connection is stable, so I apologize. Please let me know if you cannot hear me. So this is for the 2017 Annual Action Plan. This is for our Community Development Block Grant. Our funds rotate between the City of Lacey, City of Tumwater, and the South County. 2017 was a year when the City of Lacey allocated funds. One of the projects they allocated that year was community youth services to do a rehabilitation of some of their transitional housing projects. This was an amount of $69,567. They were unable to spend those funds. The project was not able to move forward. So we'd like to reallocate those funds to a different community youth services project to support their work at Rosie's Place and Haven House. This is to support their COVID response to expand their services. The HUD guidelines require that anytime there's a change in purpose of the funds, that we hold this public hearing and get public comments on the change in priorities or the change in projects. So that is what the purpose of this public hearing is, and what we'd like to do with these funds is redirect them to support the Rosie's Place and Haven House work during this time of COVID-19 so that they can expand their services to support young people. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Commissioner, do you have any questions of Tom?
No, sir. He's doing a good job keeping us up to date on all this stuff going on.
Commissioner Menser, have you any questions or comments?
Nope, I agree with what Commissioner Edwards just said.
Okay. So now I'm looking online to see if there's any folks that have joined us via Zoom that would like to testify,
No, nobody's waiting, Commissioner.
and nobody's waiting. Is there anybody on the phone? Anyone? Anyone on the phone?
Let me just read, just in case.
While you do that, Tom, have you received any email or written comments from anybody?
No, we have not.
Okay.
Is anybody join us via teleconference? If you'd like to testify, please state your name and address. None.
Okay. Then there is no further testimony. I'm opening up the door for discussion. Do you have any discussing?
No, I think Tom's headed in the right direction. He's got it all laid out.
Commissioner Messer, anything, sir?
No,
Okay, is there a motion to close this public hearing?
I move to close the public hearing.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to close this public hearing. Any discussion on that? Nope. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. This public hearing is closed. Now, what is the pleasure of the board? Is there a motion to approve the fiscal year 2017 amendment?
Yes, I move to approve the fiscal year 2017 amendment to the HUD Annual Action Plan and authorize the Director of Public Health and Social Services to sign the applicable program certifications, home and CDBG sub-recipient contracts, and amendments that do not change the approved dollar amount or duration of the contracts by more than 10%.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve the 2017 amendment to the HUD Annual Action Plan and authorize the PHSS Director to sign program certificates. Any further discussion? Nope. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. We're going to move right into the next public hearing. And this public hearing, again, the same date, Tuesday, July 14, 2020, and it's just about 3:08 p.m. This is regarding the 2020 Housing and Urban Development Annual Action Plan. The purpose of this public hearing is to accept and consider public testimony on the 2020 Housing and Urban Development Annual Action Plan. This is a virtual public hearing. Those wishing to testify have joined either by phone, emailed in comment, or mailed in comment. If you wish to testify, please visit the Thurston County homepage online and select Announcements of Public Hearings on the left-hand side. The information to join this public hearing via phone is included in that spot, but also you may join by calling 360-252-9020, PIN number 1234. If you do not wish to testify but would like to listen and follow along, please watch the live stream with the Thurston County YouTube channel to help us manage attendance. Again, staff member Tom Webster will provide information on this topic. And assuming those on the Zoom wish to testify, I will read your name aloud, and you'll be given 3 minutes to testify. And when you do, please state your name and address for the record. Time may not be given to another person. And when you are called on, please state your name and address. And the clerk of the board will have the timer ticked off to 3. And when it counts down to 0, your time is up. And we thank you very much. The public hearing is now open. And Tom Webster will now present the background information on the proposal, written comments submitted, and any additional information requested by the board. There you go, Tom. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, commissioners. So this is our 2020 annual action plan. This is an annual allocation that Thurston County receives. We are an entitlement community for HUD, which means we receive both community development block grants and home investment partnership dollars every year. As a requirement of the grant, we need to submit this annual action plan identifying how we intend to spend these dollars. So our CDBG projects for 2020 go to the city of Lacey. As we talked about previously, there's a rotation among Lacey, Tumwater, and the South County for the CDBG funds. So the Lacey City Council solicited requests for proposals, reviewed those proposals, and are making these recommendations for projects to fund this year with our allocation of CDBG funds. The projects they're recommending for funding are the Boys and Girls Club of Lacey for a homeless youth assistance program, the city of Lacey for an expansion of their veteran service hub, to the Thurston County Food Bank for Phase 2 of their Lacey Food Bank construction project, to Grub Garden Raised Bounty for their Victory Farm project, to the South Puget Sound Habitat for Humanity for a critical home repairs program, to Homes First for affordable Lacey rental homes, and to Child Care Action Council for the early learning program. Those are the CDBG projects that the City of Lacey is recommending for funding. The Home Investment Partnership programs are for capital affordable housing projects. These proposals were reviewed by the Health and Human Services Council and are being recommended for award. They include the Low Income Housing Institute, Fleetwood Apartments renovation, South Puget Sound Habitat for Humanity Deo Vista Phase 6 home ownership project, and the Homes First for affordable rental homes. In total, the funding is approximately $2,174,363 for program year 2020. Happy to take any questions that the folks have on those programs or the process.
Let me see if there's anybody on the Zoom that would like to testify. Is there anybody?
Nobody's waiting.
Nobody's waiting. Is there anybody on the phone that would like to testify? If you are, please unmute yourself or state your name and address. There's nobody outside the door, nobody downstairs, nobody in this room. So I guess there's no more testimony. Commissioner Edwards, do you have any questions of Tom?
No, I think Tom's done a good job explaining this, and he's got us up to speed.
Commissioner Menser, anything?
Tom, I was tracking all the organizations that Lacey had identified. The last one you said was Child Care Action Council, I believe.
Yes.
And what is the program that they're proposing?
It's an early childhood learning program. So, and I'll look to Jacinda if she has more information. It's a early childhood reading program. It's a public service activity that they do. Jacinda, do you have more information on the program, or do you recall?
Sorry, guys. I am pulling up the application now.
Could you introduce yourself and what do you do for the public health?
I'm sorry.
That's why I was waiting, yeah.
Sorry, Romero. Jacinda Stelchis, Office of Housing and Homeless Prevention, Affordable Housing Coordinator, working primarily with the CDBG program. So I believe it's two different programs. A Kaleidoscope Play and Learn program and a Raising a Reader program. So both early learning programs. And I guess if there's specific questions, I can try to answer those further.
I know, I'm really familiar with all the other organizations that Tom listed out. I'm less familiar with this one, so I was just curious what the focus was, and I think you covered that. So,
Well, I have a similar question. Does the Child Care Action Council go by CAC as well?
If they're CCAC.
CCAC, okay. Got it, thank you.
child care, got it. Okay,
Yeah,
useful
One
since we have another CAC.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir, Romero?
Hey, Tom, just to confirm that we have not received any written public testimony.
That is correct. We've not received any written public testimony on this plan.
Thank you.
Yeah, mailed or emailed, nothing, okay. Well, with no further testimony and no further discussion, is there a motion to close this public hearing?
I move to close the public hearing of July 14th, 2020.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to close the public hearing of July 14, 2020. Any further discussion?
No, sir.
Nope. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. This public hearing is closed. And what's the pleasure of the board?
I'm prepared to make a motion if the board is okay.
Thank you.
I move to approve the resolution to adopt the fiscal year 2020 Housing and Urban Development Annual Action Plan and authorize the chair of the Board of County Commissioners to sign the HUD Form SF-424 and approve submission of the plan to HUD, and authorize the Director of Public Health and Social Services to sign the applicable program certifications, home and CDBG subrecipient contracts, and amendments that do not change the approved dollar amount or duration of the contracts by more than 10%.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the resolution to adopt the fiscal year 2020 Housing and Urban Development Annual Action Plan, or HUD, and authorize the Chair of the Board of County Commissioners to sign the HUD Form SF424 and approve submission of the plan to HUD. And the Director of Public Health and Services to sign the applicable program certificates. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye, that motion carries. Thank you very much, and this public hearing is over, and we are done.